self-discovery. Do you like a pro?
Welcome to today's episode on Knowing Self, an episode I've titled Taking Inventory of the Past. If you have lived for some time, you will agree that life must be lived forward, but it can only be understood backwards. A lot of the answers we seek in our quest to know who we are can be found in retrospection. But in a fast-paced world, we all can be caught up in the act of keeping up with the pace, focusing on the road ahead and not taking inventory of the past, putting ourselves at the risk of repeating mistakes, surprising ourselves, surprising the people around us, taking uncalculated risk, and increasing our chances of failure simply because we are shallow in our knowledge and understanding of ourselves. The whole idea of knowing self is to help us take control of our life's outcomes. Imagine if the world knows you better than you know yourself. How can you win at life? We all may have a fair recollection of our past choices, decisions, wins, failures, dreams, and desires. But simply having a memory of the past does not give you the lessons, the knowledge, and the renewal you need to move victoriously from the present into the future. You need to take it a step further by asking yourself the tough questions that will help you know your personality and persona inside out. You can start by simply finding answers to past feelings of extreme joy or anger. Find out what you disliked, what you liked, what you wouldn't want to see happen again, why, and how to prevent that from happening. When you make progress in any area of your life, for instance, do not just move into the next phase. Find out what led to that progress. What are the things you did right? What motivated you to pursue that very goal? The more we take inventory of past happenings and evaluate our actions and inactions, the more we begin to know and understand ourselves better. We begin to identify behavior patterns, behavior triggers. We begin to identify our intrinsic motivation, our moods, how we present ourselves to the world, and why the world receives us the way it does. We then begin to give credit to ourselves where credit is due, and not only focus on the things we failed at or failed to complete. We begin to realize the places where we may have overlooked or underestimated our victories and successes. This realization is very important because it feeds our motivation to press forward and gives us the courage to face our failures and do better. The whole exercise of taking inventory of our past needs that quiet solitude where you retreat from your immediate surroundings, a time where you are alone with yourself and you look at yourself with all compassion and try to find answers to the things that went wrong and those that went right. This can be done during an early morning walk, a time of exercise, a time of relaxation, and not necessarily at the end of the year. Mind you, every minute that passes counts as our past, and yesterday is your past. The more often you take inventory of the past, the more self-aware you become, helping you realize how much you are evolving as a person, how your priorities are changing, and allowing you to not just move with the flow, but assess whether that is the direction you really want to go. Before you sleep, each day, take inventory of how you spent the day. Be true to yourself as to whether it was a day well spent or not. In doing all of this, we have to be grateful for what is working in our lives. Be grateful for your wins, no matter how small. Acknowledge your past failures and shortcomings and move into tomorrow, that is the future, with a higher and more in-depth knowledge of yourself. That is the way to win daily.
The voice of self-discovery. Do you like a pro?